Could the villains of Lanterns on HBO Max actually be Atrocitus, Sinestro, and Black Hand? For all the chatter that was on the internet complaining, rightfully so, that there wasn't enough sci-fi or Green Lantern-y, spacey type elements to the show before, this should ease a lot of concerns if this turns out to be true. Now, what you're looking at here on screen is this comes from Garrett Dillahunt, who is playing William Macon. This comes from his Instagram stories. Somebody was being kind, this Juramento Lanterna and Mundos, I'm not even going to say it, but they were making fan art for some of the heroes, I believe, and then they made this post and the post shows Ulrich Thompson playing Sinestro, which has been confirmed already. We know he's playing Sinestro. Then next to that, they have Paul Ben Victor playing Atrocitus, and then at the end, you have Garrett Dillahunt playing William Hand, aka Black Hand. While this would normally be something I would just keep scrolling or hit the heart on and keep it moving, when one of the actors on the show who's involved in this image is resharing this to their actual story, well, then I've got some questions. Maybe I feel like this has a little bit more of validity to it. Maybe I feel like once an actor starts sharing this stuff, the theories might be a little more valid than just a random rumor or leak on the internet. We also know from a while back that while Garrett Dillahunt was filming Lanterns, he posted to his Instagram, it might have been a story, or maybe not. Let me see if I can find it. I tried scrolling through Garrett's page here to see if I could find the other image where he was getting some work done that made it look like he was getting, like blue or green. He was getting something on his body that let you know it was going to be a little bit CGI, I think. Let me check the Reddit before we move on. I scrolled as far as I could on the subreddit and couldn't find the image. If I find it later, I'll put it in post, or I'll make a post in my community page on YouTube about it. But let's go over some of the character descriptions, because Ralph over at Lanterns Live and I have both been theorizing that a lot of these casting announcements, the names that they're using, could possibly just be code names because they don't want to do the big reveals through social media or through the trades. For instance, Garrett Dillahunt's character is named William Macon. And while William Macon sounds like a dope name, guess what? He could be playing William Hand, aka Black Hand. We know Ulrich Thompson doesn't need a code name because he's playing Sinestro, and he was advertised as Sinestro. But Paul Ben Victor, he was advertised as a character named Anton or Antan, and we don't have a character named that as far as we know. But the descriptions might tell us a little something. You can see here on the screen from Variety, it was the first initial announcement. Lanterns, HBO's DC Studios series cast Ulrich Thompson as Sinestro, and if you have not seen Banshee, he plays Kai Proctor, one of the villains of the show, or the villain of the show. This dude is lights out. I have no doubt he's going to make an amazing Sinestro. But as you scroll down through the article, I've highlighted here the official description of the character states, ruthless yet undeniably charming. Sinestro is a former Green Lantern who turned rogue. Sinestro's manipulative nature drives his enduring obsession with his former mentee, Hal Jordan. Now, what we get from this blurb for the character description is that Sinestro is a former Green Lantern. Well, when he's not a Green Lantern, when he leaves the Green Lantern Corps, he goes down to found the Sinestro Corps, aka the Yellow Lanterns. So now we know in the show we're getting Green Lanterns, and we know if Sinestro's in it and he's not in the Green Lantern Corps, we're getting a Yellow Lantern Corps, the Sinestro Corps, also in the show. Next, we move on to Garrett Dillahunt, where here on Deadline it says, Lanterns, Garrett Dillahunt joins DC series for HBO. And here we have, Dillahunt will play modern cowboy William Macon, a self-righteous, conspiracy-minded man who masks his ruthless ambition behind a charming and calculated facade. And then it also says that McDonald plays Sheriff Carey, talking about Kelly McDonald playing Sheriff Carey. Do you think Black Hand could be a self-righteous, conspiracy-minded man who masks his ruthless ambition behind a charming and calculated facade? I can see that for Black Hand. So could we possibly be getting Yellow Lanterns, Green Lanterns, and a Black Lantern Corps in the show? That would be pretty sick. And then we open up the article from Deadline for Paul Ben Victor joins Lanterns DC series at HBO. And what does it say about his character? I've already got it highlighted because I'm a real one. Ben Victor will play Anton, an extraterrestrial devoted to exposing truth, exacting vengeance against those who wronged his people. Consumed by a deep and unrelenting hatred for the law, he is determined to deliver justice on his own terms. Does that sound like it could be Atrocitus? Do they not all kind of look like the art from the other image on Instagram that I'll pull up here in a sec? Like, I don't want to tell people that for sure Garrett Dillahunt is playing Black Hand, or that Paul Ben Victor is for sure playing Atrocitus. We know for sure Ulrich Thompson's playing Sinestro. But the way that the tea leaves move and the birdies come chirping through the wind and you get all these crazy sources and leaks and rumors for things, I could 100% see all three of these guys playing all three of the characters below their images over here. And I'll tell you what, if I find out as we get closer to launch that Black Hand is for sure in it, Atrocitus is for sure in it, we're getting Sinestro, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, with the people who are making this show, Chris Mundy and Damon Lindelof, Tom King. We also have James Hawes helping out from over in Slow Horses, which is about to come back on Apple TV Plus here this month. Like, guys, for all the whining and moaning we've done about Green Lantern stuff throughout all the years since the 2011 Ryan Reynolds film, about how we wish things could be or what could have been if it was reviewed better and it wasn't such a overall bad movie, I don't really think we could be asking for much more than a Sinestro, Atrocitus, Black Hand, Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, the team, the actors themselves, all-star cast. The people behind the scenes working on it and producing and directing and showrunning, all-star cast. Like DC, and I guess HBO by proxy, have thrown everything they could at this show to make it to be something that you should get hyped for. And at this point, it's getting harder and harder to contain my hype. When Garrett Dillahunt is starting to share stuff like this, it does make me feel like this stuff has a little more validity to it. Now, has Garrett Dillahunt also done a little bit of, I'll call it like quasi-trolling in the past, where he's posted an image of like himself portraying Oliver Queen in the Green Arrow? Yes. And did people for a little bit there think it had something to do with the show or the DCU? A little bit. Most people understood that it probably had nothing to do with it. But does he post stuff like this from time to time? Yes. Did he also post one of the first images where he was talking about being on set, doing table reads and stuff like that, showing the wilderness? Yeah, the guy puts stuff out there. Hopefully he continues to put more stuff out there, and hopefully we do get confirmation here soon from the studio itself who these guys are playing. Like, if it's like, if these are code names, you know what? Y'all don't even have to tell me. I feel like these characters are so good that if it's true, I don't mind waiting for the surprise. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like when an actor does something like this, it does make the leaks and the rumors a little bit more valid? Since the character announcements for both William Macon, for Garrett Dillahunt, and for Paul Ben Victor, his Anton character, everybody has made the leap that it will be Black Hand and Atrocitus anyway. If they come out and make it official, how hyped would you guys be from 1 to 10? Let me know in the comments below.